Good afternoon, Innovation Nation, and welcome to another Pokemon Sword and Shield leak video. This leak was just posted a few minutes back, and I did happen to see it, and it did catch my eye because it does go into a lot of detail about many of the Gigantamax Pokemon that quote-unquote will or will not be in this game. And I found that interesting because I did actually want to make a video showcasing a bunch of the fan art for Gigantamax Pokemon also, because there's some very, very good fan art. And the more that I'm looking at this fan art, the more of a fan I'm becoming of Gigantamax Pokemon, because they're very, very interesting. If they can take what this fan art is looking like, and if it looks anything like what this fan art even considers, then I'm super excited for it. Granted, the Gigantamax Pokemon that we've seen so far, I'm not 100% for. Some of them, like Corviknight, just have like a little cloud over its head and little origami birds flying around, so I'm not too much of a fan on it. But there are a couple Pokemon that I am a big fan of. So, I actually believe, guys, don't hate me and don't dislike this video right here. I like the cake. I like it. I think it's fine. I think it's funny. I'm totally down for it. But if you guys haven't already clicked the dislike button, go ahead and click the like button down below if you guys want more Pokemon Sword and Shield quote-unquote leaks videos. And also remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss any new ones that do come out. Before I start off with this video, I just want to let you guys know none of this is confirmed until GameFreak confirms it. So please don't yell at me in the comment section saying that it is fake. Now, gonna start off with Grookey's final evolution is Grass Rock. Now, a lot of people are saying this. So many people are saying this. To the point where I get it. It's true. It's not true, but if this happens, I'm okay with this. So I'm fine with this happening. Like, just Grookey's final evolution, Grass Rock, I'm okay with. Sabo's final evolution, Water Ghost, also fine too. That seems to be like the most popular consensus. I understand. And then this is what the interesting one. This gets a little bit complicated here. Now, actually, let me change screens real quick. There you go. Just so you guys can see the whole thing. Scorbunny's final evolution is Fire, but has an ability that basically gives stab to fighting type moves. It will also be able to learn all punch moves, even Ice Punch. I find that super interesting because if you guys will go back to the May 24th leak, it says that Scorbunny is pure fire, or quote unquote. It says fighter, but we're assuming it's fire because that's a typo. So it's pure fire. So the fact that it would be pure fire but still get stabbed on fighting type moves. There have been Pokemon like that before, right? There have been the Delmise. Delmise is grass and ghost and gets stabbed on steel type moves. It technically has 3 stabs, which is pretty interesting. But this one would just essentially have 2 stabs without all the fighting type weaknesses, which is nice. I mean, that's not a bad thing at all. Like, any ability that gives you a stab for free without having to deal with all the weaknesses that come along with the stab, that is fine. And then it's the ability to learn all punch moves. So clearly it's going to be some type of fighting Pokemon without the fighter type, quote unquote, according to this leak. Except for the Kanto Starters and some popular Kanto Pokemon like Gengar, no Pokemon that previously had a Mega will get a Gigantamax form. This disappoints me because then it literally just means that Mawile is just pointless in the game. Unless they change the stats up. It literally just tells me that Mawile is pointless in the game. Switch back to the zoomed in camera since we don't really need it for the rest of the video. Since we won't really need the zoomed out camera for the rest of the video. Kanto, Gigantamax, we have starters. Now this is where it gets interesting. It goes into all of the regions' Gigantamax forms. And some regions don't have any. And I find that super interesting. Like, to start off, we have all 3 starters, according to this leak, are going to have Gigantamax forms, which I understand because I don't see them putting one starter into the game without putting all 3 of them into the game. That just makes sense to me. So we got the starters. We have Arbok, Pikachu, Gengar. So they have Arbok, Weezing. Those are just, Jesse James, Kanto Pandering. Those are the 2, I guess, their signature Pokemon for that region. Pikachu, which we already know of. Gengar, which is interesting because a lot of people are saying Gengar is going around. Gengar is one of the fan favorites, so that makes a lot of sense. Clefable, Weezing, Lapras, and Meowth, which we already know about also. Meowth also Team Rocket, very Team Rocket oriented. So 1, 2, 3 Team Rocket mons. Way to Kanto Panda. Way to Anime Panda, I guess. And then Lapras we already know about. Johto, we have Noctowl, Lantern, and Xatu. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that this gen doesn't have Dragonite included, and I'm disappointed that this gen doesn't have like Tyranitar included. Like, there's so many cool Pokemon you could put in here. I'm glad that Noctowl will maybe see some relevance. I'm glad that Lantern's already really relevant. Xatu's relevant also, and they're both relevant in their own respective tiers. So, I mean, I'm interested to see what their Gigantamax would even look like at that point. Now, Hoenn's okay. We have Exploud, Wailord, and Flygon is finally getting the attention it deserves. Rest in peace, Milotic fans. No Milotic, according to this leak. Gigantamax for you guys. Now, Wailord, what the fuck are they gonna do? This Wailord's already gigantic. It's already half the size of the damn globe. Where are you gonna make it Gigantamaxed? It's gonna be the same damn size, right? Like, it's already huge. According to, like, the Pokedex, it's like... you guys ever play Gen 3 and you could, like, look at Pokemon sizes in Gen 3? You ever see, like, your little tiny character and then just a gigantic Wailord next to it? Like, it's fantastic. Now, Sinnoh. This is interesting. None. Zero Sinnoh representation in terms of Gigantamax. Which is super interesting because Sinnoh's quote-unquote supposed to be the next remake we get. Because we got the Gen 3 remake. Gen 4 is after Gen 3. So that is interesting that we see no, like, Gigantamax representation in all of Sinnoh, according to this leak. I find that very interesting. Now, Unova, we have Maractus, ya boy, Maractus, Garbodor, Cinccino, Golurk. Now, Golurk, I could see Golurk was a big favorite. Cinccino was a big favorite as well. I can see that. Why the hell they have Garbodor here was just a pile of trash? No idea. Why the hell they have Maractus here, which is just a Cacnea clone with no evolution? God if I know. Now, there was a comment here that said, Gigantamax Maractus, no Hydreigon. You fucking wouldn't. I always find that funny. And then there's a Gigantamax Wailord, still not as big as it should be. Probably not, considering how big other Pokemon get and considering how big, you know, Wailord already is. And that's pretty crazy. Now, let's move on to Kalos. We have Noivern and Avalugg. I'm okay with those two. Noivern was kind of underrepresented in Kalos. And Avalugg was also kind of underrepresented in Kalos. And those are really, like, both of my favorite Pokemon. I know, like, Avalugg got a lot of shit for being, like, a coffee table. But I found him fine. I liked him. It was an iceberg. Now, Alola Gigantamax, none as well. Now, this is interesting because this was the gen that just came out, and it's getting zero representation in the new gen. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. So, zero representation in Alola for Gigantamax, and zero representation in Sinnoh for Gigantamax. Then we have the Galar Gigantamaxes, which are starters. Wooloo's final Evo, which is nice. I'm down to see what Wooloo's final Evo looks, especially Gigantamax. Dreadnought, Corviknight. So the fact that he says Alchemy, Corviknight, and Dreadnought just proves that these are the final evolutions. Actually, I guess it does improve it because Pikachu and Meowth can get Gigantamaxes. Never mind. Take back what I said. So, like I said, Dreadnought, Corviknight, Alchemy, Eternatus, Impidimp's final evolution. Nice. And then a Steel Ghost Pokemon, I guess, which has not yet been revealed. It'll essentially, I guess it's a different Aegislash, right? Aegislash was the original Steel Ghost Pokemon that I could think of off the top of my head because they had to nerf Steel just because of that Pokemon. And it still ended up being a broken Pokemon. And then a new mythical that we have not yet seen. Now, this is the end of this leak. Now, what do you guys think about this leak? Please let me know down below in the comment section. I think a lot of this is seeable. Like, I could see this happening. And I think it all coincides with previous leaks that we've seen before. It coincides with the May 24th leak. It includes all the Pokemon that it talked about, plus some new ones that I was expecting. See, what would have sketched me out here, would have made me, like, just scream, okay, this is fucking fake, is if they just said starters, Wooloo, Dreadnought, Corviknight, Alchemy, Eternatus, Impidimp. Because these are all just Pokemon that we've seen, and then nothing else afterwards. But they do mention two Pokemon that we don't even know of right now: a new Mythical and a new Steel Ghost Pokemon. Granted, they're two Pokemon. It's just two Pokemon after the quote-unquote 100 that they're gonna release. They're gonna get Gigantamax forms, and the fact that they released almost half of their, more like 80% of all their Gigantamaxes already, is interesting to me. But if they would have just said nothing here, that would have sketched it out, because all of these are things we've seen already, and I'd expect there to be more than what we've seen by now. But with that said, I do want to go ahead and look at some of the Gigantamax art that we did talk about here that is going to appear here, along with like some interesting ones that I see also. Now, first one we're talking about Some fan art here. Gigantamax Lapras. Actually, I'll switch cameras. Wrong camera. Gigantamax Lapras. I find this very interesting because we already know what it's gonna look like. It does have, you know, the musical notes surrounding it, along with like the ghosty haze. So this is just pretty straightforward. We've already seen its description in the May 24th leak, but it's nice to see it like visually speaking. So I'm totally down with that one. The let's see. I want to just look at the ones that we talked about first, and then we'll go back and see Gigantamax. Ooh, look at that hair though. This person even like cropped it into the game. Oh, that is so nice. Like, there's not a lot of differences here, except they gave Flygon like kind of bat wings. And you know, that hair though, he looks fabulous. I am totally okay with that one. Absolutely. But like I said, I want to look at some of the ones that we just talked about first, and we'll go back and see if there's some extra ones. Rest in peace. No Hydreigon was set on that leak though. That's a little disappointing because honestly, this looks really nice. I mean, they've added webbing into the three tiers. There's not much difference here, but I like this though. I don't like when a Pokemon's evolution is like completely just out of the blue, out of nowhere, completely different. Like there were some Mega Evolutions that were like, where did you come up with this design? Like when they took Gyarados and turned it into a giant shrimp. Don't get me wrong, I love the Mega Gyarados design, but I was just like, no, like you could have done something different. Like, I don't know, make it look more dragon-esque, not like, you know, something you'd see at a seafood market. But I like this. I like how subtle it is, the subtle changes. I'm down with it. Rest in peace if that leak is true, because we won't be seeing it, but whatever. I was talking about Gigantamax T-Tar. I think it should have happened. I'm not sure about this design. I think he has like weird like sluggy arms. Like this almost looks like a rock steel type. I still don't know if Gigantamax does change typings, because we don't know the typings of the Gigantamax Mons. But I mean, it could. If it's anything like a Mega Evolution, it could, and it might, and it will. Golurk was mentioned. Oh my god, I'm in love with this one. Oh, they turned him to a giant Titan, and the Titan is floating. Oh, that is so good. I love this one. If this happens, oh my god. Golurk might be my new favorite mon. That looks really damn nice. Another Gigantamax Lapras here. This one doesn't have the musical notes, so I'm not actually okay with this one, because it doesn't actually match the representation or like the description of what it was before. What was essentially confirmed before. And then we have interesting. This is a very interesting take, because it's really cute, but you have like a little dark soul inside of it. That's really interesting. I find this cute more than awesome. For sure, this is very, very chibi, but I think it's an interesting take on a Mega Gengar. I mean, sorry, Gigantamax Gengar. And then here we have Dragonite, which I talked about. I wish it would have happened. Like, like I said, if we're assuming the leak is true, I wish this would have happened. I always have to reinstate that just to make sure that no one thinks that this is 100% confirmed. This is just fan art that we're looking at. And this was just, you know, something posted on 4chan by an anonymous person. So, this is interesting. It's surrounded by Dratini and Dragonair. That's really cool. I'm okay with that. Now let's look at some of the other interesting ones that I saw off the top of my head. Octillery looks like a big blooper. Okay, that's cool. We have... Ooh, that's cool. This kind of reminds me of the Mind Flare from Stranger Things. Okay, I'm okay with Darkrai. That's really nice. Got Magnezone. That's interesting. I'm not too big of a fan of this one, but... Because, like, it looks very... I guess I'm okay with this. I just don't know what it's trying to represent. So I'm a little confused by it. Vespiquen. Oh, this looks nice. And just a bunch of comb. This looks kind of like a Corviknight, and then just like a bunch of Combee surrounding it. Oh, instead of like, you know, the origami birds, you just have Combee everywhere. Oh, that's cute. Oh, my boy Heliolisk. Yes, I love Heliolisk as a Pokemon. I used the crap out of this Pokemon back in the VGC 2014 and 15. Like, I love this thing. Hyper Beam, solar powered, life orb in the sun. Instant Oko. Instant Oko. Then we got a Gardevoir, everyone's favorite. I like this. This is nice. It's kind of like a very Knightish version of Gardevoir. I'm okay with that. Typhlosion. Oh, this looks eccentric. Now, this is beyond what Game Freak is capable of doing, right? I don't think I've ever seen... Something similar to this was probably Charizard X, which is kind of out of the woodworks for me. I didn't expect Charizard X to look the way it did. So, that's really out there for me. Gigantamax Meganium. Nice. I dig it. I dig it. Kanto Starters. And then, oh my god, this man has a mountain on his back. Oh my god, this looks gorgeous. Oh, I'm 100% a fan of that one. Nah, I don't see this one. For Alligator Gigantamax, this does not look like something at all. I disagree with that one. Oh, Yamper. It even shows Yamper's quote-unquote evolution. And I love that. It kind of looks Mega Manetric-y. But, like, you know, with this whole electric theme. I'm down with that one, too. Oh, it's like a Surfetch'd. Oh, Surfetch'd looks okay. I mean, this looks essentially identical to the Betamon Farfetch, so... Another Flygon. Oh, no, we saw this one. And then Gigantamax Infinite is literally a giant Sun Wukong. Oh, that's nice. Okay, this for Alligator one is better, right? Like, I 100% agree with this for Alligator one a lot more than the last one. I can totally see that one happening. And then we got Dunsparce. Oh my god, this is too beautiful to exist. And a Palisand. Oh, it's a pyramid. Okay, that's nice. And two Washington monuments. Okay, that's with that said, I hope you guys had fun in this video. I know it started off with a leak, and then it ended off with like kind of speculation and, you know, fan art watching. But you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. If you guys did enjoy it, go ahead, leave a like down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification button to see all the new leaks that do happen on the channel from here on out. With that said, I'm Ovation. Hope that you did enjoy. Peace out.